Welcome to this presentation of acceptable use policies for teachers and students of Prince George's County Public Schools, and specifically teachers, students, and staff members of Cool Springs Elementary. We will first begin with an overview of what an acceptable use policy is and why it's important. An acceptable use policy is a set of rules and guidelines to be followed by end users on the network or system. In this case, end users are defined as teachers, students, and other staff and personnel that have access to the PGCPS system. Why is it important to have one of these policies? First, it's designed to protect teachers, students, and other users while online and using technology resources. In addition, it protects valuable technology investments. It requires both teachers and students to make sure that they are not plagiarizing and violating copyright laws. And it also allows for maximum educational benefit of technology and online resources. In a study conducted by Lawson and Comer in 2000 of the University of Leicester, they identified that acceptable use policy coupled with an honor system was by and large the most valuable option for addressing the dilemma of keeping students safe online without over-censoring their experience so that it reduces the educational value of the technology resource. Some key features that are common to all acceptable use policies include mission or goal statements, disclaimer statements, netiquette or web guidelines, consequences for inappropriate behavior, network security statements, orientation requirements, and parental consent forms. Now we're going to take a look specifically at the Prince George's County Acceptable Use Policy. I've put in a subtitle underneath that it's your acceptable use policy. First, let's begin with where to find it. You can find it by visiting the PGCPS website and searching for Administrative Procedure 0700. You can also find the document by following the link posted on the screen. What does our acceptable use policy cover? It covers purpose, policy, and background, definitions of end users and computing devices, general procedures, technology acceptable uses, prohibitions, consequences, web acceptable uses, also known as netiquette, reporting inappropriate use, email, and mobile devices and VPN access. Key points to remember. While we can't cover absolutely every statement in the policy, we're going to focus on some key points to remember. First, remember that a computing device is any technology tool connected to the PGCPS network. This may include a computer, it may include a cell phone or mobile device, or a tablet. All users are responsible for all the activity which occurs on their user account. This means that you're responsible for activity that takes place on your account even if you're not the person actually using your account. Make sure to never link to any external site that is not directly related to instructional and administrative goals. And all users will be held accountable for any violations of the acceptable use guidelines that can be traced to their individual accounts. Next, we're going to talk about some daily strategies that you can use to keep yourself safe. First, never share your login credentials. Always log out of your particular session. Change your password regularly. You can even do this before the system automatically prompts you to do so. Avoid connecting your personal device, your phone, your tablet to the school-based Wi-Fi network. And reserve your school email for school business only. And last but not least, when in doubt, ask someone. Overall, communication is key. We're first going to focus on communication of the policy with the students. Make sure that you're able to locate the student version of the acceptable use policy. I've included an example of the student version of this policy that we have at Cool Spring Elementary. Distribute it and discuss it with your students. Make sure it's posted near their computers. Regularly conduct lessons on internet safety and responsible digital citizenship. And empower students with tools and strategies to avoid plagiarism. It's easy to tell our students not to plagiarize, but they need tools and strategies to be able to avoid this. And as always, make sure that you model responsible technology use. Here's the example of the acceptable use policy in student-friendly language, as well as the second portion that includes the signed student agreement and parent and guardian agreement. Communication is key, also with parents. Require parents to sign the AUP and discuss it with their student. Highlight the topic periodically through grade level newsletters as well as electronic communication with your parents. Discuss it during parent-teacher night and other face-to-face meetings. And provide the parents with resources on internet safety and digital citizenship. In the article on brushing up your AUP, things to consider when revising, they suggested resources such as NetSmarts and Common Sense Media. Communication is key with colleagues and administrators. Be sure to model responsible practices. Become a proactive leader at your school. Share articles and resources with peers that are pertinent to this subject, and suggest informal discussion of the AUP periodically at grade level meetings. I'd like to thank you for attending this presentation, and remember, communication and educating yourself is key to staying on top of these policies.